President Donald Trump said Russian drone attacks on civilian areas of Ukraine are a misguided effort to improve Putin's negotiating position. Maybe it's a part of the world. Maybe it's just his fabric, his genes, his genetics, Trump told reporters traveling with him to the Alaska summit. According to Associated Press, he also talked up economic benefits for Russia and warned of more severe sanctions if the talks aren't fruitful.
There's nothing set in stone. I want certain things. I want to see a ceasefire. This is not to do with Europe. Europe's not telling me what to do. But they're going to be involved in the process, obviously, as will Zelensky. But I want to see a ceasefire rapidly. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'm not going to be happy if it's not today. Everyone said it can't be today, but I'm just saying I want the killing to stop. I'm in this to stop the killing. You know, we're not putting up any money. We're making money. They're buying our weapons, and we're sending them to NATO, and NATO's sending us big, beautiful checks. But that I don't care about that. We get along. There's a good respect level on both sides, and I think, you know, something's going to come of it. I notice he's bringing a lot of business people from Russia, and that's good. I like that because they want to do business, but they're not doing business until we get the war settled. I think they're trying to negotiate. He's trying to set a stage. I mean, in his mind, that helps him make a better deal. It actually hurts him, but in his mind, that helps him make a better deal if they can continue the killing. Maybe it's a part of the world. Maybe it's just his fabric, his genes, his genetics. But he thinks that makes him, gives him strength in negotiating. I think it hurts him, but I'll be talking to him about it later. I'm not here to negotiate for Ukraine. I'm here to get him at a table. And I think you have two sides. Look, Vladimir Putin wanted to take all of Ukraine. If I wasn't president, he would right now be taking all of Ukraine. But he's not going to do it.
Mr. President,
I'm not doing this for my health, okay? I don't need it. I'd like to focus on our country, but I'm doing this to save a lot of lives. Yeah, very severe. Thank you very much, everybody.
U.S. President Donald Trump left Washington on Friday morning to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska at a U.S. military base for a crucial summit. According to Associated Press, Trump flew out of Joint Base Andrews for Friday's meeting in Anchorage that could influence the war in Ukraine and European security. Trump aims to showcase his skills as a dealmaker. For Putin, it's a chance to negotiate terms that favor Russia. The summit excludes Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, which could undermine Ukraine's interests. Trump has expressed hopes for a broader peace deal, but success is uncertain. The meeting's outcome could have significant implications for international relations and U.S. diplomacy. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is in the center of controversy after arriving in Alaska, wearing a sweatshirt with CCCP, Russian acronym for the USSR. Lavrov was seen walking out of his car in the Russian designer top that was covered with a black gilet and walked into the hotel where he is staying. The veteran diplomat is part of the Russian delegation that arrived in Alaska for the high-stake talks between Russian President Vladimir Putin and US President Donald Trump later on Friday. When asked about his expectations of the talks, Lavrov told a Russian journalist, "We never try to anticipate the outcome or make any guesses. What we do know, however, is that we have arguments we can contribute to the discussion and that our position is clear. In fact, a lot has been accomplished already." Donald Trump earlier said he expects Vladimir Putin to take the summit seriously and warned of very serious consequences if the Kremlin did not take steps towards reaching a peace deal to the three-year war in Ukraine.
Сергей Викторович, а вы первый раз на Аляске? Лизейте, скажите, пожалуйста. Первый?
Бывал, я тут уже.
Вам нравится?
Russian President Vladimir Putin toured a fish factory in Russia's Far East on Friday ahead of a meeting with US President Donald Trump in Alaska. According to Associated Press, Trump is flying to Alaska for a high-stakes summit with Putin at a US military base. Friday's meeting could influence the war in Ukraine and European security. The Republican US president aims to showcase his skills as a dealmaker. Trump says his talks with Putin will include Russian demands that Ukraine cede territory as part of a peace deal. For Putin, the meeting is a chance to negotiate terms that favor Russia. The summit excludes Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, which could undermine Ukraine's interests. Trump has expressed hopes for a broader peace deal, but success is uncertain. The meeting's outcome could have significant implications for international relations and US diplomacy.
Наша лаборатория, я хочу представить вас, замдиректора по технологии Мешковский Буcha. Я буквально понимаю, достаточно узкое, то, что мы сейчас делаем, это вот RPG, мы делаем детское. А это мы хотели вам наглядно показать, вот 7 сантиметров. Вот, если предложение 10 будет 30 лет назад, до сих пор очень востребовано и популярно. Это происходит из-за того, что в рыбном жире есть два компонента, очень важные для организма человека – углекислоты.